Recording.
This is Pete Feenstra on Sunday the 30th of May, I think we've agreed, chap?
Yes, we've agreed on that date.
Talking to Phil Ryan on my immediate left, Pete Brown on my far left, and we're going to talk about your at the Bull's Head Barns, a esteemed jazz venue that you two are playing with tonight with Rieta Ross.
That's right, who's in our band.
Who's in our band as well, so returning the favour tonight.
And John McKenzie, who's also in our band.
And who else is in the band?
We've got Annie Whitehead usually on trombone,
Lee Goodall
on saxophones, who played with Van Morrison. We've got Jeff Allen on drums, who's very well known for playing.
John Martin, amongst others.
Mick Taylor and John Martin.
We've got Alan Weeks on guitar.
Alan Weeks.
So that says about 9 of you.
Lee Perry and everybody. Yeah, 9 of us.
And you've done some dates. The album is called
Road of Cobras.
And it's been out about 6 months, is it?
Yeah,
something like that?
that's right. And we've
got good reviews.
Started touring this year. Germany, we've done Germany, we've done Rock Palast.
Which you've done in the years before?
No.
You never did it before?
I did it with mine a few years
back.
A couple of times.
He did.
It's the first time Pete and I have done it.
Yeah.
Now, this album, apart from the fact it's your best ever album, I think, the two of you, I mean, your collaboration goes back a long time, doesn't it?
We first started working together in Pi Blocto in 1970 when Phil joined.
Yeah.
And then when he joined Man after that, we had a bit of a break, and I had different bands.
Bit of a break being
a couple of years. And then in '78, we got together as a permanent kind of writing team.
Yeah.
And started plotting, and eventually started making records in the 90s.
Yeah.
We made 2 records in the 90s, which I think were
Coals
to Jerusalem and Ardors of the Lost Ray.
Oh, yeah, I nearly said it.
And they're about to be
both great albums. Check them out.
About to be reissued, I think.
Who's doing that?
Esoteric are talking to us about it.
Yeah, that's a good label. They redid all the old man stuff.
And they're
also thinking of doing the Eyes of Blue stuff,
which would be great.
Yeah. Which I'm looking forward to. I'll be in touch with them in the next few days, in fact. So
that's right.
That's something to look forward to.
And but the Cobras album is remarkable for the fact that it's got, for an independent release, it's got a great production on it, hasn't it?
Well, we were the producers, but then we
didn't just say that because of that. But it actually has for an independent release.
We are experienced producers, and also we did have great sound people.
We had Dennis Weinrich was
Paul
on
Madden and Dennis Weinrich.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Both great.
And we got Wim Mathias to do the cut as well, who's also fantastic.
Yeah, which is very important. Sonic quality on it's excellent.
Yeah. The next one we're going to do analog.
Oh really?
So we'll have the vinyl version.
Yeah, which everybody seems to be doing.
Which we're doing, yeah.
It's kind of irony that everybody moved towards this pristine recording process, and then we'll go back to the analog thing.
Well, you know
30 odd years later.
You know what Screamer Jay Hawkins says, don't you?
No, go on.
Yesterday's coming back tomorrow.
He won't be here to see it, but he was probably right.
No,
he was spot on.
So was there a lot of pre-production involved with it, with the new album?
Well, we'd been writing stuff for a long time, you know, and we tried to pick the best of it. It kind of may have confused the public and the business a little bit in the sense that it's quite varied, although the basis of it is between soul and blues
and a touch of jazz, a bit of Steely Dan,
which is what we love, you know.
Yeah. Your own stuff, but it sounds American West Coast at times.
Yeah, well, we've got most of our influences are American.
Would you say that's the signature sound of the band?
Well, somebody said to me after we did our first gig, when we did the launch gig, someone said to me, okay, well, the record sounds more Steely Dan, but the band sounds more Crusaders like.
Whoa, that's a fairly good comment.
As far as the arrangements go on it, my big influences are people like Willie Mitchell.
Yeah, grooves.
The grooves and the type of horn arrangements we use. I was inspired by the work of Willie Mitchell.
We love Toussaint as well, very much.
Well, the two kind of go together, geographically apart, but musically similar.
That's right, that's right.
So when you write together, I mean, is it the whole thing you come up with the lyrics and
it goes both ways.
Yeah.
Sometimes one of us comes, you know, sometimes I might come up with a little bit of music and Phil will turn it into something. Phil does all the basic arrangements, but I get more involved in the vocal arrangements.
Right.
You know, we do them together.
Yeah.
But
and I've got to say, Pete, this is for all you viewers out there. I've got to say, we've got to move over because we're slightly out of focus there. But of course, your singing is immensely better than it ever used to be, and I think you had singing lessons, didn't you?
I had a lot of singing lessons, and then I had theory lessons.
Right.
And I worked very hard at it because it's what I wanted. I'd like to be thought of as a good singer.
Yeah. Well, you are now on a new album, especially so. Yeah.
It's better.
So we don't have a lot more time here, but I'd just like to ask one thing. What's the essential difference, other than we've talked about digital analog divide and all that stuff, but what's the essential difference between recording now and when you first came together to record with what I used to call Pib Locktoe?
Well, we didn't know what we were doing.
Who did?
Well, I didn't anyway. Phil, being a school musician, knew a lot more about what I was doing.
And I didn't know what I was doing either. Yeah, education didn't get me very far in the music business.
No.
You learn hit the ground running.
I mean, the difference is the sound. I believe, okay, I'm not a golden year type nutter, but I do believe that analog sound is
warmer,
far superior to digital sound.
Yeah.
And they call digital technology progress. It's only progress in an economic sense, and it's cheaper to produce digital stuff than it is to produce analog stuff.
I once interviewed Roger Mayer.
Yeah, I saw him last night.
Oh, did you really? Okay. And he, having been a Navy boffin and everything,
and a sound
expert, he will prove to you physically that there is more information in analog than there is in digital.
And he learnt all this stuff in submarines.
He did, torpedoes.
Which is a great moment to finish on.
Exactly.
It's been Pete Feenstra talking to Pete Brown and Phil Ryan. It's been an absolute joy. I wish we had longer to do it, but the thing's going to cut out. Please check out the album again. Pete's going to tell you what it's called again and who's
Road of Cobras.
And it goes out through which label, Pete?
Proper
Records, who also distribute it.
Yeah, they do too.
Okay, thank you for Bob on the camera. Check out the album. The band's touring when?
Our next gig actually is in Oxford on June the 6th.
Okay, so this hopefully will go out before then.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only a week. We'll work fast.
Okay.
Support this man's gigs.
All right, thank you very much.
We need him.
Big thanks to Bob on the camera. Good night.
Good night.